Hello, hello, hello. We are here once again. The Revolt Racing League. Got some bad news for you, Kilobaris. Well, getting my head of myself here. First of all, Division 3, Week 7. That's what we're coming at you with today. It's an endurance session. Shout out to the chatters. We got Joe Blueberry, Pokers. We got Famous, Power 8. We got Kippy. Need to update that emote ASAP. Sorry about that, Kippy. So today, we have 2 races. You might have expected 1 race because it's an endurance session, but we're actually having 2 races. The first track is, I believe, Castle 1 is our first track. 34 laps of Castle 1 into 36 laps of Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse, which is, it's raining on that track, right? So that should be an interesting track. It's Toyaka Hama Cougar, pickups off, collisions arcade. How's it going, Tova? Can check out the current standings here. I'm going to go ahead and boot into the lobby. Hasn't started yet. My bad. Hello, Erotic. Welcome in. Chat popping off tonight. So we'll be starting off with Castle 1, headed into Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse. That second track, definitely a curveball. We're looking at the overall standings right now. We've actually got Kondrakov 67 leading the competition. Lopeska in second. Now keep in mind, if we took away Kondrakov's lowest score, which would be that 9-point classic session, Lopeska would be in the lead and Kondrakov would be in the second. But Kondrakov has made it to all the sessions, giving himself the highest chance of getting good scores all the way through, obviously. We've got Tova in third, Kippy in fourth, Kodak, Berdang, Jeromu, 5th, 6th, 7th. Looking at some previous sessions, we had in the featured session, this was pros with pickups on. Kondrakov took that home with a lot of wins. Kippy getting a large number of those wins as well. Berdang finding one, Inigo finding another. And for our strategy session, we had Lopeska winning by a pretty large margin. Kippy in second. Kondrakov right there in third. So Kondrakov has definitely been turning it up. Okay, now lobby is open. We'll head in for now. Ooh, that's right. We do need a prediction. I hate to hear that, Roddick. I was also going to try out Duck's distance thingy as well. We could try it. I'm gonna at least run the programs and see if they do anything. Oh, that's right. Might have to put the might have to put Duck's program on hold, because I think for this endurance we're gonna have pokers on the picture-in-picture. Thank you to everyone for the lovely shout-outs calling me tired. Trying to get everything in order here. Hey, how's it going, Sting? Cheers, man. Okay, we got that one Cougar by Jeromu. Not able to drive the AMB. Okay, great. Thanks for adding that on at the end. The unintentional heckling power hour here at Revolt Racing League. Alright, let's try out the picture-in-picture here. I want to make it a little bit less, I don't know. It's a little bit much. I like it the way that we had it with the RVEC, since we do have a second here, and we actually have a lot of people joining up. If I can just remember what the file was called. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay, cool. Got our picture-in-picture set up. And once again, shout out to Pokers for being here with the picture-in-picture. Welcome in, y'all. Are you already on vacation? Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay, we're hopping in. Berdangaranga on the one Hummer. We have one Cougar as well. Now I forget if it was Castle 1 or Castle 2, where Cougar is actually a feasible choice, but I think Jeromu is just picking it because he doesn't want to pick, or he can't pick the AMW, and he doesn't want to pick the Toyota or the Hummer. There's going to be a 15-minute break in between, so interesting. We'll probably go with a 5-minute post-match breakdown. But make sure you don't get up during the race because we will have a break in between. All right, hopping straight into Castle. We'll do a prediction on the second track. And it goes Tova Kippy. I didn't want to start reading names yet until we got through that corridor. Roddick cutting off 2 through it, passing up another one. Kondrakov, who is our overall points leader, out in 4th. Some smooth execution by Kondrakov, rocketing into 3rd as he starts a second lap. A pretty large launch, though. Still getting used to the track, perhaps. 2 people who aren't still getting used to it is Kippy and Tova, who are off to an early lead. Tova on the inside. Okay, I will wait on our picture-in-picture for a little bit here. This duel between Kippy and Tova looking like the main thing to have our eyes on, but there is a battle for, I think, 4th through 7th going on as well. We are in those early laps, though. Keeping the focus on these front 2 here while the action is hot. Kippy went on the outside here the last lap. We'll see how they handle it this time. Tova on the inside. And he actually finds it. Kippy setting up. Now he is on Tova's fender there. Okay, I like the setup. Okay, and we do have a race on our hands for 5th through 3rd. I'll go ahead and pull up picture-in-picture for us. Rooftop Chase Redux is definitely going to be a track. Oh, Kippy. Tova definitely going to be thankful of that misstep. Now let's give picture-in-picture a try here. Okay, so that is 3rd through 5th in the bottom right. The CIS Brawl. Indeed, it is Kondrakov, Kotick, and Roddick. Tight-knit group. And Tova still seems to be getting a leg up through this revolving escalator type deal. Roddick. And Tova in the main screen, tipping twice. Kippy's going to take full advantage, passes him. We saw Roddick on the jump turn. The little bit of instability there, but does make a full recovery. Sorry about that. I realized we had 2 instances of the car noises playing from the Discord call. Got that fixed. The escalator. Kippy and Tova still slugging it out. But meanwhile, this battle for 3rd through 5th has mostly dissolved. Seeing the rest of the field down there in the bottom right. Inigo and Berdang in a close battle. Berdang on the Humma. This is for 7th, 8th down there. Meanwhile, the escalator once again being taken. Look at Tova finding that upper leg once again. I do like Kippy's execution through this part. This 1, 2, 3 turn. Right up here. He goes wide to set up for it. But he taps the corner. Meanwhile, 3rd, 4th, Kotick and Kondrakov. Tova is definitively burring. Indeed. We had some predictions for Kippy. Tova doing quite well himself. Kotick really putting Kondrakov to the test. Kondrakov is passing for now, but Kotick keeping it close, just like Tova. Ah, the wipeout from Tova. It's going to be a big advantage to Kippy. Meanwhile, Kotick on the overtake. And that's a clean overtake by Kotick. Tova working to catch up. Kondrakov taking it back through that escalator. Most interesting escalator you've ever seen. Kondrakov. Just a little tumble. That could have been much worse. Much, much, much worse. It could have been much worse, but it wasn't. Oh, Kotick! All over the place as well. Usually there's just a tip or a tap there. But Kotick with a full-out wreck. And, cool. Kondrakov sliding off. There goes Roddick. Wait. Yeah, that is Roddick. There we go. Roddick taking up 4th. Not even 1/3 of the way through the track. Meanwhile, Tova, from the looks of things, has fallen back a bit more, but he's still got a definitive edge on Kotick. Over 100-meter advantage even through this 1, 2, 3 turn. So, I'm going to flip back a bit further. Titan 6th, Inigo 7th, fighting with Berdang. Inigo in the dreaded wreck area. Jeromu with the Cougar, not able to do a whole lot. And there is Kippy, still out in 1st. Tova, happy to be at this section of the track once again. Able to get a couple meters here or there. I like that, the Chatter's curse. Yeah, let me turn the curse back on y'all. Oh, some more nerves out of Tova. Tova approaching an island formation. And I think we might swap here, Pokers. If you want to cover first, second area, I can cover this midfield. Certainly, G-Force, welcome in. You've been chatting. The K Quartet! That's right! Ah, do we have the K Quartet? Not right now. Roddick breaking up that K Quartet. But Konjakov's got something to say about it. Okay. Titan trying to find his way. He's out there in 6th. Not bad, not bad, but I think he's still fighting with... Oh, wait, where is Berdang? Berdang is now fighting with Jeromu here as I flip back towards 4th, 5th, just in time to see Konjakov fail the entryway of all places. Of course, more understandable to wreck there when pickups are on. It is a an oil haven. The cheers for Tova. And Tova is down there in the bottom right, picture in picture, fighting for first. But Kippy has mostly broken away. Do we see a car up ahead? Kotick is not too far away. Kotick certainly... And actually, Tova isn't too far away from Kotick here. So, I know it may seem to some people like these positions are mostly locked in. But when we're not even halfway through the track, there is definitely a lot of variables still on the table. Konjakov is our first place overall racer. So, if he were to be able to snatch up a couple more positions, it wouldn't be particularly surprising. Roddick could as well. Uh-oh, Kotick. We've got a race on our hands. Meanwhile, Tova holding on. Hasn't gained too much there on Kippy. Konjakov trying to take down Roddick. Maybe take down Kotick too. Oh, the inside. Roddick going way outside and Konjakov collides. They're honking each other, but they really did just have overlapping lines from the looks of it. Okay. Tova. Comfortable amount of distance ahead of Kotick. Entering lap 17, which is pretty much a halfway point. We've got some lapping on our hands. Seber being overtaken by Kippy, about to be overtaken by Tova. It will be a clean overtake. We'll see if it's the same situation for Roddick, Kotick, and Konjakov here in just a moment. Kotick still staying a relatively comfortable distance ahead of Roddick and Konjakov here, but Roddick definitely going to be feeling the pressure. Oh, a little tap on the door, nothing too immense, but You got to be very careful about that section. Ah, tap from Kondrakov. And I don't think going super narrow there especially saves you much time. Would like to see more conscious driving through there. Making sure to not wreck, because we have seen a lion's share of our wrecks happen right there. So here we've got Kotick in third. Roddick in fourth. Now, Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse is going to be quite a different atmosphere. There's still a number of jumps, but I am interested to see if it plays out any differently than it has here at Castle. Kondrakov 50 meters behind Roddick at this point. Once they reach at their top speed portion. But Kotick now comfortably in vision of Roddick. He's about equal distance both ways. Welcome in, Yurak. Oh, do we have a DC? Okay, let's see how they handle this area. Okay. And we can get a little bit of spotlight on the backfield a bit. We've got Inigo out in 6th, Jeromu 7th, Seber 8th, fighting with Jeromu, and he has passed up Berdang in the Humma. So we do still have some action backfield on our hands so that we will be able to keep in touch. Right now we're looking at Kippy and Tova, who are battling for first, second. Kippy, as you can tell, pretty large lead there on Tova, about 150 meters. Flipping back to our competition, main competition, we just barely missed the pass on Roddick. We were looking at this, oh, good thing I looked back just in time for it to be passed back to Roddick. Kondrakov wiping out. A relatively decent recovery, all things considered. He should be pretty happy with the way he was able to recover from that, but you can see the pressure setting in as he goes wide. Not going to be doing himself any favors driving like that. We are here on lap 21. Considering going back to just the one screen mode, what do y'all think? Do we like having the first and second on picture-in-picture just so y'all know? Or would we rather have just all the action on this 4th, 5th battle here? We could perhaps show the back fight with picture-in-picture. There's 3 different people fighting. Berdang just wrecked, so maybe not. But Kippy, we see Kippy strong first, so we could maybe flip to Seber and Jeromu. 2 cams fine? Okay, I kind of agree with you. Okay, in the meantime, Seber has passed up Jeromu. Okay, we're chilling. We've got Kondrakov and Roddick. Whoa, Kondrakov on the outside. He does just barely hang on. Yes, indeed. And this is just the first track, but that break is definitely going to come in handy. If you weren't here at the beginning, just keep in mind that break is going to be coming in. 15-minute break after this track, so they'll have time to do a mental and physical reset, maybe an emotional reset, maybe even a spiritual reset if they need that. 15 minutes is all they've got, but it should be more than enough to do all those things. Now, I mostly missed that coverage we had on the back fight. It does look like Jeromu and Berdang are in a bit of a tussle somewhat, but I agree. We can keep it on that front too. Kondrakov and Roddick continuing. 10 laps, 11 laps remaining. Ooh, Roddick. Kondrakov, rather. I was thinking maybe we could put the second camera on Roddick to show the battle between Kondrakov and Roddick. Cool, cool. This way you can get a good view at how their lines are shaping up to each other. Our main battle here as time finishes up. Kippy continuing to break away from Tova in the lead for first. Tova with a very strong and respectable second place that will net him 20 points. But will be defending it against Kotick. Not so much fighting against Kippy for that first. And Roddick is once again finding himself in that halfway position between Kotick and Kondrakov. Well, I guess once a full speed portion goes out, not so much, but a wreck out of Kondrakov is basically going to make my words come true on the spot, and now Roddick is going to be equal distances between Kotick and Kondrakov. Thank you very much, Kondrakov, for making that true. Okay, and we may have to get another battle on our hands. And indeed, it looks like we have one. Seber versus Inigo. Seber has not gotten the respect from the cameraman, I believe, because Seber has moved up from, I believe, last or next to last, all the way up to 7th. He's passed up Jeromu, he passed up Inigo. In fact, I think he passed up Berdang as well. So we've got our camera on the battle for 6th, 7th for the moment. Tova out there in second, holding on, as you can see. Kotick as well, about 80 meters ahead of Roddick. And yeah, that battle 4th, 5th, 6th, I guess 3rd, 4th, 5th rather, really fizzled out here in the final laps. But you know what is going strong? The battle for 6th, 7th. Seber, let's go Seber. And the lapping from Roddick. Ooh, Inigo with the wreck. Too far inside. Oh my. Okay, the landscape shifting a bit. Jeromu comfortably in 8th over Berdang. Tova. And Kippy as well. Picture in picture. We've got Kotick, yeah, just flipping through all here. Nothing too close, y'all. Nothing too close. So we'll chill out here for these final laps. We'll be like storm chasers. We'll keep our eyes looking out for any kind of spontaneous action. For the moment, things have cooled out. Kippy, Tova, Kotick, Roddick, Kondrakov looking like our 1st through 5th. Of course, a wreck such as what happened with Kotick just now, and a back-to-back accident, I believe, and Roddick finds a pass into 3rd. I mean, okay. Anyways, Roddick, interesting pathing there. I was a little bit worried about him. I'm trying not to mention caster cursing too much, but that was just a really convenient timing. yeah, I discovered that as well, right? Thank you, Kilovars. Roddick He's not locked it down in third. Welcome in, Steez. Okay, and so Roddick has done a 180. He's not going to go Nick style. Oh, no, no. Oh, no. And the wheels have fallen off the bus entirely for Roddick as he finds himself trapped under a cannon on lap 30. We got Kudrakov. Oh, my. Oh, my. About 4th, 5th is on. Kippy, Tova, Kotick holding strong. It's Roddick. The monumental accident. The psychic, emotional damage being applied. Here on lap 31, Roddick has got to stay strong. So much work put in, only to wreck out and almost get passed up by another. The K Quartet, as it was written, so it shall be done. Or shall it? Not if Roddick has something to say. He's looked like he's had something to say before, though, and the walls have caved in on him. We'll see if he's able to lock down a 3rd place here. That in-between break will indeed be needed. For some more than others. I'm sure Kippy's like, all right, let's go. Kippy's like, all right. Good track. GR. Next? Question mark? Kondrakov and Roddick both tipping. Kondrakov also with a pretty good execution on the 1, 2, 3 turns. But it just didn't nail it there at the very end. But it did look good leading up to the very end of that sequence. In the meantime, we've got our eyes on Kippy as well as Tova, who both have large leads over their opponent. And that first second does look pretty locked down. Meanwhile, third, Kotick, 100 meters over Roddick at this point. And Pokers, I think we can try to check further backfield a bit, maybe Seber area, Inigo, see how Seber, Inigo are doing. Oh, Inigo falling back some more. Jeromu trying to catch Inigo. And Seber has broken away. All right, thank you very much. Now, wherever you want to put the camera is good for me, but good to see Inigo and Jeromu still locked in there. Meanwhile, the main screen, Kondrakov versus Roddick continues here on lap 33 and 34. Here in a bit, we can show Kippy and Tova finishing their race. Yeah, this is Kippy's final lap here. We'll see if he's able to lock down a first place in the end. Meanwhile, Roddick and Kondrakov, 4th, 5th, just now starting their final lap of Castle before we head into Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse. That's right. So make sure you stay tuned for the next track. If you thought this one was crazy, you ain't seen nothing yet. Who will escape? Who will be left behind? It's a question we won't be able to answer. At least not for a little bit longer. Kippy finishing up with a 28-28. Tova. Solid 2nd place. Kotick, easy street into 3rd. As Roddick and Kondrakov finish off their duel, it's looking like the K Quartet will not be concluded as long as Roddick can finish this 3-turn, and he will. So Roddick officially breaking up the K Quartet. We got Seber with a strong 6th place finish. Inigo in 7th, Jeromu 8th. So this battle between Inigo and Jeromu not done yet. They're just now finishing lap 33 and starting lap 34. Meanwhile, Berdang 400 meters back. Let's show this head-to-head. If you can get on Jeromu for me, we'll show Inigo versus Jeromu head-to-head on the final lap here. 75-meter distance between the two of them. Will Inigo be able to lock down that 7th place? It was broken. The curse has been lifted. The K Quartet. Oh, and Inigo with the wreck. Jeromu finding the distance. He's got that cougar top speed. Not enough time left to work with, though. Inigo is going to have to really choke here. He doesn't have good positioning leading up to it. He's taking it wide, bump, but it's just not enough. Jeromu with the nice, clean execution, but it's not going to be enough to find the pass on Jeromu there by the end. All eyes on Berdang as we finish up. Actually, we can show Berdang while we look at some of these best laps here on my perspective. 49.691 for Kippy, 49.829 for Tova, 50.221 for Kotick, 49.959 Roddick, 50.61 for Konjakov, 50.517 Seber, 51.556 Inigo, 50.815 for Jeromu. So Jeromu beating a number of people there. Berdang finishing it up. Kippy and Tova are actually we got 3 sub 49s. So it would be Kippy, Tova, and Roddick for our top 3. Sub 50 is good. Now we had Titan. Indeed, we had Titan who was fighting there for 6, and he was making a good stand at it too. But I think he DC'd there by the end. So I guess we will go to a 15-minute break. Actually, what we'll do right now is I'll let y'all do your predictions here. So don't go anywhere yet. I'm going to do prediction, and I'm going to allow it to go for, let's say, 10 minutes. Who will win track 2? Rooftop Chase Redux R. And I'll enter our player pool. We do have exactly 10 racers here, it seems like. Now, if I did somehow miss anything... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Yeah. If I messed up on anything, we can just do a nice little refund, but that should be good. And we can do it for 10 minutes here. Yeah, sorry about last time, Tova. Okay, so we do have a moment here, I guess. I mean, I'd predict that we have at least like 12 minutes left. So I will give, I'll give like a... Oh. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so I think we will go on break for, let's say like 6 or 7 minutes. I don't know. I think we're doing a, we'll just aim to do 6 or 7 minutes, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll go ahead and go on break here. It would be cool to Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Why did I do that? Oh no, I forgot. That's the thing. That's the thing about the picture-in-picture. You literally can never look at Discord with it on. Dude. Okay, at least, I mean, there's not really anything worth, like, reading there, but enjoy. Sorry, Rod, I leaked our chats. Me and Rod have a very business professional relationship. We have nothing to worry about with our DMs getting leaked. And the RVEC! Oh god! No, this is a disaster. I'm showing the... Oh no! This stream has gone to shit. Who hired this broadcaster? Honestly. I hate this stream. We'll be right back with the RVEC in just a moment. If I could just leak some DMs. Does anyone have some DMs that they want to leak? Does anyone want to get their DMs leaked before we go to break? What a mess. Oh god. Let's just stretch it. Nice. Okay, we're good. Everyone is good. Everyone just relax, okay? We're all chilling here. That's actually true, Steve Scamp. I could definitely eat those. You're totally right. Okay, well the goal is to have an interesting post show before our second race, and that has certainly happened. So I'll cut down on the break. We'll give you 4 minutes, and I'll talk to you then. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just forget all about this and just not show back up. We'll see you in 4 minutes, maybe. All right, y'all, we're back. Not for too long. We do have about 8 more minutes before it starts, but I thought I'd go ahead and pull up the standings here. I'm gonna hide my car boxes. Oh, well, I guess they're not gonna be hidden once I go back, so never mind. We will show these scores real quick. Let's see if this works. This is gonna be overall time. So we do have Kippy leading our race. Tova, 12 seconds. Now, I do have a question. Are we doing total lap time again, or total race time again? Someone might be able to confirm this for me. Let's check. Winner will be decided by total time, indeed. So this is useful information for us here. Roddick and Kondrakov, about a 1 second difference, less than 1 second. Inigo and Jeromu, also less than 1 second difference. And we've got a little bit of time again, so be back in another 3 minutes. So we're back here. As you can see, I have no missing car boxes, just like I said, and so we're going to be hopping in shortly. Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse, coming up soon. I have not played Clash of Clans. Congratulations to Ama. First in. That's a fun little fact, G-Force. I like that. That's a fun fact. You know, because sometimes people say fun fact and the fact that isn't fun, but that is actually a fun fact. I do love carnival games. Thank you, Famous. I appreciate that. Okay, so we should have everybody in here soon. I'll do that before I forget. Maddie working his way up. All right, we got those channel point predictions in. I see we got a pretty big, a large array of predictions. We've got 220 points on Sever, 9,800 on Kippy, 500 on Kondrakov, 34,800 on Tova, 0 on the rest. Roddick, Jeromu, Inigo, Kotick, Berdang, Titan. If any of them win, they will be refunded. Otherwise, somebody's going to be walking home with those channel points. And we are headed our way in. Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse. Now, the drivers were able to freely swap their car here between race 1 and 2. We'll see if Berdang did so. Berdang still on that Hummer. We are hopping in. We'll do picture-in-picture here in just a moment after we get that initial... Oh my. Kippy has wrecked early on as well. Going for that jump. We've got Tova leading the pack. Kotick, Roddick, and they are going to be cutting. Titan choosing not to. Big gap created already. These 4 racers out in the front. Y'all don't have sound? Okay, cool. Roddick, Titan, Kotick, third through fifth. Kotick on the inside, pushing Titan straight off the track. All good. Already here in lap 2, and it has been a slaughter. Kondrakov has had to repo as well. The drivers are here in the rain. It's pouring down. It's definitely affecting them. We see one lone star out there in the front. It just might be Tova. Kondrakov out in second. Roddick third. Kotick fourth. And Tova 50 meters out in first. Okay. Maddie saying Titan will remember that. We'll see if he'll get his revenge eventually. In the meantime, we are going to flip over to picture-in-picture, and we've got Kippy on the camera out in that second picture-in-picture. Kippy currently... Oh, Roddick failing out in the meantime. But it is Kippy who won our first track. He's currently out in 6th place. Early wreck. Kotick, Kondrakov taking that jump and cut to the fullest extent. Tova tearing it up in first. Oh, a misstep from Kotick. A mislaunch, rather. Bit of an unorthodox place to wreck, and the tension building for him. And let's see. Kondrakov still about 50 meters back behind Tova here in 2nd place. Inigo and Berdang fighting for 9th, 10th. Kippy has moved his way into 5th, but he's a ways back. Kotick, whoa, Kotick barely staying in. Roddick fails out, has to get a big heaping repo. And Kippy moving in like a shark, 50 meters back, hungry for some more positions here. I don't know. Okay, Roddick, that is going to be fine. It's not going to give him an X or anything, but scaring me a bit. Kondrakov a ways out ahead of him, but Tova is still the star of our show for the moment here. We see Kippy, 5th place, approaching Roddick for 4th. He's really cut down on that gap super quickly. Oh, look at that execution out of Tova. My. That is some smooth driving here on Rooftop Chase Redux Reverse. He definitely knows what's going on. Nice execution through the slide as well. Starting lap 6. We'll tune back in. Ooh, actually, we've got the action down in our picture-in-picture here. Kotick, Roddick, and I think we had a third, Kippy. Kippy, oh no! I missed it, y'all! Kippy has moved up to, he's already in 3rd. Oh man, well y'all probably caught the action on your camera on that picture-in-picture, hopefully. But, oh my. Kippy finding the double pass. We might have to get a bit of a head-to-head action here. We're showing, oh, and Kippy failing the jump. That's a lot of loss there. Kippy's going to be wedged in between Roddick and Kotick now. Berdang fighting with Inigo in the meantime for 8th, trying to move his way on up. And he does indeed find his way into 8th place there. Meanwhile, Kippy chasing back down Roddick. And we see Kondrakov still 80 meters back behind Tova. Tova leading our race. The Tova FTW. Yeah, the cheers for Tova, and they're very much deserved. Kippy, I was going to say, looking a little bit wobbly, and he adds to it once more. Another face plant there. He's not even going to take the shortcut, and that is a big loss for Kippy. Easy come, easy go on those 2 positions, and he's back 100 meters behind Roddick after that, those shenanigans. Now we do have Tova. He hasn't managed to fully break away from Kondrakov, who is 70 meters there in 2nd place still. We do have the Kippy cam, our picture-in-picture. Oh my, Kondrakov goes for a repo as well. He's fallen way behind Tova in the meantime. Doesn't just turn 180, but also repos there. Kippy doing some more hunting in the meantime. Kondrakov out in no man's land. Head-to-head view, Kotick versus Kippy here. Kippy no longer taking that shortcut. It's a pretty big time loss, as we can see. Kotick goes for the launch, nails it. And, yes, good to weigh in there. Tova needs 12 seconds on Kippy. Right now, looking like he's got about 15 seconds on Kippy. And Tova's best lap is faster. Good work, Maddie. Keeping track there. And not just faster, but more than half a second faster. Nice execution there by Tova. And we still do have Kotick versus Kippy here being shown. Kotick off the track is going to be the overtake by Kippy, taking a much wider path around there. Kotick failing as well. Will he go for the jump? I think he can still easily make that. Yes, he does. And Kippy goes for the jump as well. And he's passed up Roddick as well. Oh, man. Kippy back into 3rd place, getting 100 meters like it's nothing. Roddick flips. And now we've got Roddick and Kotick. Roddick, nice execution there. Wedging himself between, but oh, too early on the turn. And let's flip back to Tova. We see Tova 100-meter lead on Kondrakov here as he's in lap 10, approaching the 1/3 of the waypoint, but still a bit of a ways back still. So whole lot of track left to go, but Tova, look at these lines, looking crisp. Roddick looking excellent in the meantime, trying to get around Inigo. He barely skirts around. And the best part for Tova is he's had great execution through that part. No major wrecks from the looks of things. And if he has had any major wrecks, Kondrakov has mirrored them in order for him to maintain this 100, 110 meter lead. Wow, look at that execution from Tova. The easy pass on Titan as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And he's going to control his speed through there. Looking good. Ah, that has been a tricky spot for our racers a bit, but he has a great recovery. He's trying to get around Titan once more. Goes for the launch. He passes it despite Titan wrecking. Now Kondrakov has made a bit of headways. Welcome in Casket. This is a lap right here. Okay, he's going to be able to get by him. Flipping back, actually, in the picture-in-picture, we've got Kotick versus Roddick, and that has heated back up. We did see Kippy in the mix originally, but Kippy is now 60 meters or so ahead of that duo. And Kotick takes a dip right in front of our very eyes. He's going to be falling back 50 meters or so as a result of that one mistake. You definitely don't want to be jumping into that pool. And it's named Rooftop Chase for a reason. And look at this in the meantime. Oh no! We were all... I mean, I'm unbiased, of course, but the chat was cheering on Tova in a big way. But the cheers have not fully reached him from the looks of things, because Kondrakov is now challenging that first place out of nowhere. We've got Kippy. Oh, he was a far ways in third, but a big wreck on the pool, and that's going to be giving Kotick and Roddick a window back in. They do still have a very comfortable gap. Kippy does, but definitely not driving in an invincible way, as we have seen Kippy do at times. Tova versus Kondrakov continues. Lap 14 of 36. Roddick and Kotick continue their duel, and that's been something that has been a very consistent part here in Division 3, has been Roddick and Kotick fighting it out. And it's been a bit of a tongue twister at times, but it's made it more memorable as well. Kondrakov looking clean, 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 takes that jump super tight. Sounding a bit like Tuco there. Okay, Kotick and Roddick in our picture-in-picture. Kondrakov, yeah. There we go, Kilmars. Oh, no time for jokes though, as Roddick wrecks. Serious vibes once again in the room. Oh my! Kippy has not managed to break away either. Kippy has fallen back to 350 meters behind Kondrakov. Ah, he is gonna just barely slingshot his way over. So we've got the battle for first and second, as well as the battle for third and fourth, being shown simultaneously here. Kotick out in fourth, flipping his car, trying to take it too far on the inside, trying to jump over too much there. And Tova, once again, it looks like he's got the pace advantage here as he continues his ascent in the meters against Konjakov. Another pass through here, and it is always a thankful lap when you're able to make it through that section with no errors. He's able to launch over the pool as well. We see him doing it out of Konjakov's view. Konjakov, in the meantime, trying to take it too risky. He does just have to flip his car. It could have been much worse. Meanwhile, Roddick versus Kotick, they're just finishing up lap 16 down there in the bottom right. Kotick's on the inside. They are both going to go for the jump. Roddick continuing to try to get on the inside. Kotick blocking. They go for the jump. Two passes. Through another jump. Roddick finds it, but will he be able to hold on to it through the pool jump? We'll have to wait and see. They do go for it right now. Locked in together. Kotick. And back to Roddick. Flawless execution by Konjakov and Tova in the meantime. And we do see Roddick go on the inside between those two things, those two building things. Kotick's taking it right back on the inside. They finish up lap 17. And Pokers, I think, and Kotick, some instability. Rex out. I was just going to say we could maybe put this on the main screen, but that battle sizzling out. Konjakov still holding Tova's feet to the fire somewhat. That wreck is not going to be conducive to doing what I just said, though, as he falls. And he falls back even more, failing the non-shortcut. Tova. It's exactly what he needed. And it's not going to really make a dent in Kippy's gap against him, but is definitely going to put a gap in his advancement on Tova. So let's go ahead and switch places here, Pokers. We can do a head-to-head too if we want to do Roddick versus Kotick in a head-to-head, but or we can cover first, second from you. Your choice there. We do have Roddick, Kotick, Kippy still locked in. It's a bit longer distance than it once was. Okay, flipping back for just a moment. Nothing has changed there in that first, second, third, meters-wise at least. It was still about 180 meter difference between first and second, which is huge. Now, on a track like this, as we've seen, wrecks can be multiplicative. You have one mistake, and it kind of creates two more mistakes in its place. Roddick getting caught up with Seber there. Lap traffic. Volatile in that position. And this battle is back on. Kotick versus Roddick. We've got the shout out to Lopeska. Good insight. GeForce weighing in that the best lap record is 44.9, but it requires tricks that are too risky for this race. And tuning into best laps here for a second, right after they get through this tricky portion here, we've got Roddick and Kotick both attempting it right now. Roddick looking smooth, Kotick looking perhaps smoother, about the same at the end of the day. 47.381, 46.82 for Tova, 47.08 for Kippy. And back on Kotick and Roddick. Will Tova lap Kippy by the end of the race? We will definitely see. We are at lap 21 of 36. Seber getting pushed way out of the way, as honestly should be done. Seber should definitely be making sure that the racers who are lapping him have plenty of room to race through. All good, though. All good. Roddick getting cut off there by Jeromu, but Kotick wrecks. And kind of the lap traffic interaction equal on both sides, but we see Kotick on the pass, moving into fourth. Checking on the other racers, we see Konjakov has continued to fall back behind Tova. He's now 250, 270 meters behind Tova, and he's quite close to Kippy. Kippy could be moving into second, but keep in mind it is total race time. And Tova was 12 seconds behind Kippy. So as long as Tova can have a 10-second advantage or 12-second advantage on Kippy over 12 seconds, then Tova will be overall winning this. Of course, as far as your predictions go, I have to cut myself off there as Kotick tips the corner, but it looks like Roddick had a wreck to mirror his, if not worse than Kotick's, because that position has not changed much. Maybe lap traffic getting in the way once again. Jeromu taking a dip. Tova lapping Roddick. There it is. We see Tova on a complete tear. He's locked in. Lap 24 of 36, making waves. And if we look at where Kippy is, we do see Tova is about half of a lap advantage on Kippy. Perhaps more. Tova falls off. Oh my, oh my God, we are taking that safe as hell. Okay. Not too much of a loss, 70 meters or so, but it's definitely worrisome. Now keep in mind, as far as your channel points prediction goes, I'm not doing overall winner, just winner on a rooftop chase redux reverse. So your channel points are safe for the most point if you bet on Tova, unless something crazy happens. Sorry about that. Back to Kotick and Roddick. This battle has evaporated in front of our eyes. Kotick, 110 meters in front of Roddick, and that is our closest battle. Nothing else to speak of. So we can do a bit of a head-to-head on Tova and Kippy. This is we can you can do Kippy. You can do Kippy if you want. Yeah, perfect. So these are kind of our overall points duel going on right here. Not first second duel, but overall points duel. Tova is trying to lock down a dub. He is losing a bit more time. Whoa, those nerves starting to set in. We're getting to lap 10. 10 laps left to go, I mean. Tova keeping calm. And Kippy catching up to Konjakov. Let's move on to Konjakov here. We've got Konjakov versus Kippy. An 80-meter difference. Kippy starting out in the back of the pack. And when I say back of the pack, I mean very back of the pack. An early wreck for Kippy placed him just about 10th place, maybe 9th. And he has done solid work at chasing down the competition. He did have a very big lull there early on, but he's been figuring this track out, nailing it down, and he's really pressuring Konjakov at this point. We are approaching the end of our race. Tension starting to heighten up. Will Tova be able to lock down this win plus overall dub here at week 7? Konjakov wrecking Kippy, closing the gap even more. 300-meter difference. Tova and Konjakov. I'm going to do a quick flip. Roddick and Kotick still 100-meter difference. And nothing much else to speak of here. Beautiful launch by Konjakov. Kippy a bit further back. Way on the outside, Konjakov has to repo. Kippy pass. And Kippy is going to be happy about that, I'm sure. At least a mental boost. He's only got one more person to track down. Tova knows Kippy is in his rear view. Kippy has been putting in work, and if he doesn't keep executing perfectly, Kippy might just be able to take this overall points win back. Of course, it is based on overall race time, but 300 meters, does it equate to 12 seconds? G-Force earlier saying Tova was 29 seconds ahead of Kippy. I would imagine that number has shrunk. By how much? Not entirely clear. Oh, and a Kippy wreck! That's going to be beautiful news for Tova as he sees that Kondrakov is back in that rearview mirror and not Kippy. Okay, so I think we just did a quick flip through in the picture-in-picture and nothing much to speak of there. So back to this head-to-head, Tova and Kippy, overall points. 27 seconds now. Okay, so 2 seconds, but definitely not enough. And it is going to take some serious work from Kippy and some serious disasters out of Tova to change the fate of this race and of this session at this point, because we've only got about 6 laps. I mean, really, what, 5 laps left? Lap 31 approaching. Ah, that's right. We do still have the internet intervention as a very distinct possibility here in endurance races. When all else fails, hit your opponent with a DDoS, call their ISP. Hello, is there a Cam Tovalsky on your ISP? If so, can you disconnect his internet? A wreck out of Kondrakov. Kippy moving back into that second place. It's a very comfortable second place this time around over Kondrakov. He's still 325 meters back behind Tova. Lap 32, 36. So it doesn't look like Tova will be lapping Kippy, but this definitely looks like it's enough for Tova. ... Unless. Yes, is this UPC? I'm a caster. I need a little bit of action here. Okay. And as long as Tova keeps this up, he's looking invincible. It truly is. Kippy continuing to have a little wreck here and there, flipping through the positions. Roddick falling further back behind Kotick. This is an excellent showing by Kotick. Keep in mind, we can flip to our scores real quick. I think we do just have a second here. Because we can see Roddick was, I think, a second behind Kotick. And I think we had another very close battle. I think it was Berdang, right? So let's do just a super quick check. 12 seconds for Tova. Kotick, no, it was Roddick and Kondrakov. Kotick is 6 seconds ahead of Roddick. So that's going to be great news for Kotick. And we've got Inigo and Jeromo. Okay, flipping straight back. Jeromo knocked off the track. Speak of the devil. So Kondrakov is here ahead, right? So if Kondrakov is in the running here, I think he's definitely going to be passing up Roddick in overall time by the end of this. So congratulations to Kondrakov, as long as he can finish this out. We've got Berdang, we've got Inigo in 8th, Jeromo in 9th. Inigo trying to pass up Berdang as well. Okay, so it's still a battle for 7th, 8th. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to do a little bit more flipping to make sure I've got everything covered. And yeah, we can show Inigo versus Berdang here for a bit. Inigo and Berdang, neither one of them been on our camera for too much. We do see Kippy getting knocked around by Jiromu some more. This is a long event, Famous. I think it was really the 15-minute break that did a lot there. But all good, all good. It's definitely good to give the racers some time there. The viewers might not have to do much, but the contestants have to do a whole lot. Kudrakov still eyeing down Kippy here. And I think we'll see a third place finish from Kudrakov, which is great for him. He's currently leading in the overall point standings, so Lopeska is not here. So he is going to continue to fall down. Of course, best 7 out of 10 races are what we're keeping track of. Berdang has to repo. That's a pass by Inigo. Berdang trying to make this Hummer work. Oh, Kippy, and that's a finish for Tova. Congratulations to Tova. Kippy weighing in and saying F you at some very convenient timing, almost sounding like he was saying it to Tova, but actually he was saying it to Berdang, who also knocks Kudrakov off the cliff, so he really evens the scales there, knocking both of the drivers off instead of just one of them. So Kippy is finishing up, and Kudrakov will be finishing up as shortly as well. His mental rattled a little bit by what just transpired. Roddick is now 200 meters behind Kotick. We've got Berdang and Inigo here, lap 34 of 36. Congratulations to Tova, indeed. Congratulations to Tova. Congratulations to Tova betters, because y'all will also be reaping the benefits of that Tova dub. Thanks for the points. Easy, indeed, indeed. Kudrakov saying he's tired. I don't blame him. Now, we should be quiet here to let the other racers finish out. But I'm not going to say anything, but please keep in mind, if you're a Division 2 or Division 1 racer, this is not what you want to be doing when an endurance race ends. This is what's known as being an impolite driver, an impolite person, perhaps. I'm not judging you, don't worry. Maybe a little bit. I mean, maybe a little tiny bit. But anyways, we do have Berdang and Inigo finishing up. Yeah, congratulations to Tova. And Tova, our overall winner for the day as well, I do believe. We can check exactly how many seconds there were. And yeah, that's going to be more than enough. So congratulations to Tova, not only the champion of the chat and the people who voted for you, but also the champion overall in today's session. So that is going to be Tova moving up those ranks some more. Kippy with an impressive second place finish, of course. Inigo has blown away Berdang here. Berdangaranga, and we got Seber finishing up, Inigo, Berdang, and Jiromu, and then we will be done for the day. And once we all finish up here, I'll be showing the final results, but it will be a moment here. So I understand this has been a very long session, so if this is where your journey ends, then thank you for staying with us. And if you do stick around to the end, thank you for sticking around with us longer than the other people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But I'll go ahead and give the predictions as well, since we do have Tova on the dub. So I will release the channel points away. We have Tova winning this one. Cam Tovalsky, congratulations. I'll do a quick check just to make sure. Yep. Yeah, it will be, when we have even more people, it will be super crazy. Okay, so we can go back to the one view here to finish us off. Cougar jump scare, enjoy. Jiromu getting the full spotlight here in the Cougar as he finishes his final lap doing the impossible, driving the Cougar on rooftop chase. Let this be a challenge to any of you Cougar drivers out there. Give it a try here on rooftop chase Redux reverse. I promise you will not regret it. Just look at the speed, control, and power that Jiromu is putting on full display here on the final lap. Congratulations to our channel points betters. And once again, to the 20,000 points that I sucked into the void, I really apologize for that. I should have thought about that more. But we're getting everything worked out here. Okay, Jerome finishing up, and I'll let you all know the final standings for today. And I guess we'll probably see the overall standings as well by that point. So, everyone finishing up. GG's. Poker's losing 30 points there. Ooh. Thank you again, Poker's. Poker's giving us the picture-in-picture cam there. So be sure give Poker some shout-outs for making that possible. Looks super good in endurance racing especially. And let's get these points updated. And let's give them a try here. We've got Tova winning by 15 seconds over Kippy. Big gap between Kippy and Konjakov. Konjakov does find third place over Kotick there, and secures Kotick. He does fall down one position, but secures way out over Roddick. And not much to say there on the rest of the racers. So, congratulations. Yeah, G providing us with some very, very accurate times there. Now, I don't think the racers got any extra points for best lap. Could be wrong there. That would be kind of strange if we randomly awarded bonus points, because the max points has been 25 every other session. So I don't expect to see anything different. We do have the K quartet after everything. Cam, Kippy, Konjakov, and Kotick finishing in our top 4. So is written, so it shall be done indeed, as prophesized by G. Incredible. All right, so I can go ahead and see if the board has been updated, the overall board, but we will be shortly heading out. It has not gotten updated yet. So I think we will be heading out unless I see it get updated while I'm talking here. But thank you again for showing up to the Revolt Racing League, RVRL, Division 3, Week 7. That was our first of the endurance sessions. If you enjoyed that, we've got 2 more for you. One on Friday at 19 UTC and another on Saturday at 19 UTC. Division 2 on Friday, Division 1 on Saturday, with the full coverage by GoTerra included, I hope. Thank you all again over at Hot Seat for covering that. And if you just can't get enough Revolt Endurance Racing action, well, I've got one more race for you. It is the Revolt Endurance Championship, which is every Sunday. The coverage starts about 18:55. We do a qualifier at about 19 UTC, and then we start the main race at 19:30 UTC. We'll be at Spa Volt 2 for the Revolt Endurance Championship this Sunday, followed by Helios and a fitting final track, taking them all to the jail so that they can rock it. Old Jailhouse Rock. Yes! Okay, skins need to be updated. Makakowski, if I have not updated it, can you make sure that you already sent me it and that's right? And if you could just send me a ping so I remember to do it. I'm also updating Ewan's, and also I need to remind that BGM, his skin didn't work this time around. Shout out to G-Force. Shout out to Keela Baris. No guarantees there, buddy. And shout out to all of our chatters. We had a ton of chatters here today. Good to see y'all showing up and showing out here for Division 3. Congratulations to y'all for enjoying some Revolt Axiom. And we'll be back on Friday. We got a break tomorrow. More action on Friday. Don't want to miss it. We'll see you next time.